All right, let's rate some vegan brands. I know I'm gonna piss some people off with this one. We're doing S to F tier. S being this vegan brand is so good that I'll give you my firstborn children to have more. F being I'll give you my firstborn children to not ever have to try this product again. Okay, let's jump in it. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna go with a classic for the first one. We're gonna go with Miyokos. They make cream cheeses and like charcuterie board types of cheeses, things like that, kind of fancy people stuff. I would say that Miyokos, I'm gonna give them a high rating just because of the fact that if you are to give a vegan cheese to a non-vegan person, Miyokos is the one that you should do. People are gonna be impressed. The only reason I don't love it a ton and I'm not gonna put it in the S tier is because Miyokos, it's a little sharp. There's a lot of flavor, which is great for like a little dip of crackers or something like that. But sometimes I don't want my whole bagel to just be like, pow. Sometimes I want my cream cheese to be kind of that mild to moderate sharpness. So I'm putting Miyokos in A. Also, of course, I know you're gonna disagree with a lot of the things I'm saying, so make sure that you let me know what you think the tier list should be, and especially when you disagree with me. Now let's move on to Impossible. A titan in the vegan industry, literally syndicated across the entire country in different fast food restaurant chains. Impossible Meat is literally in every grocery store that I visit, even in like small little 2,000 population towns, in the meat section too, right next to the meat, which is weird, but probably good for the movement, right? Impossible, I think, is extremely tasty. If I was to give a non-vegan a meat, not even just ground beef and stuff, just like any meat that's vegan brand, this is the one. Impossible is the only one I actually think tastes like meat, right? So I think it actually is S tier because not only is it a pretty much like for like type, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere. All right, let's talk Lightlife, a brand that has been around for a really long time. Some people don't really know about Lightlife. They have hot dogs, they've got chicken breasts, they have like a smoky tempeh bacon slices. They've got a bunch of kind of mid-range products that I don't really care for. Lightlife has been around for a long time, so I want to give them some credit, but Lightlife doesn't really do anything to me that I love. Now, they make hot dogs, which I think hot dogs are trash. I think hot dogs shouldn't exist as a product in real life. Sammy is obsessed with hot dogs. It's one of her favorite things of all time. So Sammy would probably put Lightlife in A tier, but Sammy is wrong. And so are you, because hot dogs suck. Therefore, Lightlife is going in the E category, okay? Not quite F, because there's some good stuff, but get your hot dogs out of my mouth. Okay, moving on. Let's talk Follow Your Heart. Follow Your Heart makes salad dressings and some cheeses and some other stuff. When I say salad dressings, all I'm talking about is ranch. I know they have other stuff, but when I'm talking about salad dressings, you can be sure that the only thing I care about your brand is how good your ranch is. And their ranch is so good. But something that's not great about Follow Your Heart is that for some reason, Follow Your Heart does not stock their low-fat ranch, and it was my favorite product of all time. And one of my pet peeves is when you get me addicted to one of your products and then pull the rug on the manufacturing and I can't find it anywhere. So Follow Your Heart, really good stuff. Their cheeses, not so good. They're dry, like their cheese is super dry and kind of powdery. So eating it raw, not great. Putting on salad stuff, not great. And it doesn't melt. So even if I put it on my pizza, put the pizza in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, when that pizza comes out, that Follow Your Heart cheese is gonna look exactly like it looked when it went in. And that's weird, not only for me, but also for non-vegans. If I try to give them some of this cheese, it's not great. Follow Your Heart goes into D tier. All right, let's talk Gardein, another titan in the industry. Gardein has been around for freaking ever. Gardein was how I first went vegan, really. Like I was just eating tons of Gardein stuff. And I think they need credit because they are the reason a lot of people went vegan, or just the gateway to trying vegan products that then, you know, you learn how to cook or you try better vegan products, because I don't think that Gardein is the best by any means. But they also get points for being literally everywhere, even in like Walmarts in the smallest towns, so they're accessible in a lot of places. They have a huge range of products. Some of those products just absolutely suck. Some of their products are really, really good. Sammy really likes their fish sticks whenever she wants fish tacos. She's nodding her head back there. I would put Gardein in a solid B position because they're good. They're not great. I never really crave Gardein. I never really go after Gardein, but when I need it, it's there, and that I appreciate Gardein. Thank you. All right, let's talk this Simply Eggless. You may have not seen this yet, but this is a new product at Trader Joe's. I really like the Just Egg, which we're gonna talk about in a second. But I saw the Simply Eggless product. I said, hey, let's try this out. The company's called Simply Eggless. It's gotta be good. They built a whole company about this product that has no eggs. It's an egg replacement. It's gotta be good. It's at Trader Joe's. It's expensive. Let's go. I take it home, scramble it up. It literally tastes like I'm eating Play-Doh. Not only does it taste like I'm eating Play-Doh, it also tastes like I'm eating Play-Doh that 15 toddlers have played with that Play-Doh over the last year and has all their little germs and all their little dead skin cells all throughout that Play-Doh. It's trash. I don't know what was going on in the boardroom when they were testing different recipes, but this is bad. It is real bad. And to top it off, it is just as expensive, if not more expensive than Just Egg. Let's put this where it deserves to go, in the F tier. I would never try this again. You cannot pay me enough to have this. You can take my firstborn children to keep me away from that product. Thank you, goodbye. So let's talk about Just Egg. This is actually a company that has more than just egg, right? They actually have a whole line of stuff called Just. They have Just Ranch, Just Mayo. I think they have some other products. The thing that really annoys me about Just is they had this delicious Just Ranch. I thought the Just Mayo was also really good. I stocked up on Just Ranch. I've literally bought 20 bottles. Amazing, so good. But for some reason, they stopped being able to manufacture those products. They still offer them, you just never find them anywhere. They're on their website, but they're always sold out. And that really annoys me. Again, don't make me addicted to your product if you're not gonna provide it. I've got money, I wanna give it to you. Why can't you give me the product? That's stupid. That's what people who are stupid do. That's dumb. But their Just Egg is so good. I think Just Egg is literally perfect. You couldn't do anything to make that product better. They use mung bean. It's this great, like it coagulates. It really is a one-for-one for eggs, right? So if you're going vegan and you're gonna miss eggs, boom, Just Egg. They've got it for you. And so for that reason, even though they don't stock the ranch anymore, which is annoying. You know, I'm a ranch connoisseur. I'm putting them in the S tier, and they deserve it. Very good. Let's talk Daiya. Daiya, literally everywhere. The first cheese I think most people have tried is Daiya. They reformulated their cheese, so it got better, because for a while there it was kind of terrible. It got better, still not great. Daiya has this distinct Daiya after flavor. And if you know, you know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I think a lot of early vegans have gotten used to that after flavor. So a lot of us will be like, oh yeah, Daiya is so good. But if I gave this to a non-vegan person, I would have to always preface, it's not gonna taste just like cheese. And I shouldn't have to preface your brand. This is going in the C tier. Daiya is good, but it's not great. It is everywhere, which makes it better than some of the other ones, but it's just not the first thing I would reach for. Let's talk about a cheese brand that I would reach for. Violife, literally my favorite cheese of all time. Not sponsored. Hashtag maybe I should be. Violife, hit me up. It's so good. It melts, which none of the vegan cheeses melt. So when you put it on a pizza, bring that pizza out, it melts. That's what cheese should do. It also has the perfect amount of bite, so it's sharp, but it's not too sharp. Like I was saying, Miyokos is a little too sharp for me. Violife is perfect. The flavor's on point, the mouth feels on point, it melts. That's all I gotta say. Violife, S tier. Let's go. Field Roast. They make a cheese called Chow cheese. Not my favorite. Doesn't really have a lot of flavor to it. It's got a decent mouthfeel, doesn't melt. So, meh. What I think Field Roast is known for is maple apple sausage, whatever the hell that's called. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. That sausage is really, really tasty, and so that gives them some points. So their cheese brings them down, their sausage brings them up. Everything else, I don't really care that much about the rest of the brand. So I would say just because the sausages are so good, I'm gonna give it B tier. Louisville vegan jerky, the first vegan jerky I ever heard about back in the day. I was super stoked about it because it was the only vegan jerky. Pretty good, nice texture, way too salty. When I say it's too salty, not only is it factually have too much salt, I'm dehydrated, my mouth feels like a desert afterwards, but it actually kind of hurts a little bit to eat because it has so much freaking salt. I think it's like 2 grams. It's got way too much salt in it. And so for that reason, Louisville, in the beginning, I would have put you higher up here, maybe at A or B, but at this point, there's a lot of vegan jerkies out there, and I think Beyond just released what I think is probably one of my favorites now because it's so cheap and it's so good, but Louisville is super expensive, just like a lot of the other vegan jerkies out there. So I'm gonna give Louisville a C. Quick rant, Whole Foods has all sorts of these mushroom, pineapple, and just like different banana jerkies and stuff. They're like $14, right? And the bag is big enough to fit 12 ounces of jerky in it, right? There's 3 pieces at the bottom of the bag. 2 ounces of jerky, $14. I should have put one of those on this tier list, but I didn't even think it deserved to be on the F tier list. I ate those jerkies. I just wanted to bring it up. F tier. Double F tier for all of the Whole Food jerkies. Get out of town. Go. All right, let's talk Tofurky. Tofurky has deli slices, which I think are probably their best product, but Tofurky also has really, really good like Thanksgiving roasts. So if you like seitan, it nails it. If you don't like seitan, then it's terrible. I love seitan. Tofurky's always there for me. It is literally my bae. I love it. It's at every store, even in the small towns. Literally just had this today, made a giant sandwich out of it. Tofurky, S tier. All right, Morningstar. One of the original brands. If you were a vegan who started in the 1990s and you were eating just tofu and beans and all that kind of stuff, at some point Morningstar came out and it was the first nugget company ever, and you were like, cha-ching, we get nuggets, right? And for that reason, back then, it was an S tier. But now, Morningstar has been around for freaking ever. There's so many other brands that are so much better than it. Morningstar also doesn't have an exclusively vegan brand, so immediately drops multiple tiers. Morningstar is in a lot of people's hearts because they've had it for so many years, but that does not equal it being a great brand. Just because I dated you first when I was 14 doesn't mean that I need to get married to you. I don't have some sort of loyalty just because you were the first. There are better nuggets, much better. Morningstar, D tier. Yes, absolutely D tier. The tribe has spoken. All right, Beyond Meat. This is the last, I would say, titan on the list. Beyond Meat, multiple billion-dollar company, literally is the A to the B of impossible. They're like basically A and B, right? They are everywhere. They're in every single fast food restaurant, every big chain restaurant. I would say they get points because they make it so that when you're in the middle of nowhere, you can get a Beyond Meat burger. If you got Denny's or literally like half of the places in Vegas, they're everywhere. I will say that me personally, I think that Impossible is so much better than Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat to me has this aftertaste to it, specific Beyond Meat aftertaste, and I can't quite put my tongue on what it is, but I think that aftertaste just tastes kind of like chemicals. While it's there everywhere, and it is pretty good, it tastes like chemical. And so for me, Beyond Meat, I'm gonna put it in the A tier or the B tier. I want to put it in the B tier, but I'm gonna put it in the A tier just because it is literally everywhere. It's a great option when you have nothing else, and it's brought a lot of people into veganism. Sweet Earth, pretty damn good brand. They've got some really good frozen burritos. They got one called the Big Sur. It's a morning seitan kind of a scramble thing. They've got some good pre-made meals. Whole brand, not vegan. So it's losing some points right there. Some of those pre-made meals, absolutely terrible. Some of them are so good, like the Big Sur burrito. So Sweet Earth, I'm gonna give them a D. If they made their whole brand vegan, maybe it would go up to a C, maybe even a B. But for now, you're gonna be a D. Tofutti, one of the original brands. Tofutti's got cream cheese and sour cream. It's got a really good ricotta, and it's got ice cream bars. Their sour cream, terrible. Cream cheese, don't try it. Really bad. I think a waste of money. The ricotta, really good. Their ice cream sandwiches, really good. How are you gonna screw up ice cream sandwiches? So I'm kind of split on it. Like I kind of want to put it down here in the E list, but I kind of want to make it up here in the A list. I don't know. And so for that reason, I'm gonna put Tofutti at C. It's just pretty good, but I would not really spring for Tofutti. Kite Hill. I think Kite Hill is really known for its cream cheeses, so I would say Kite Hill is kind of competitor to Miyokos. I actually like Kite Hill more, but I would say that, for the price, I think you are getting more from Miyokos. I think Miyokos is kind of coming out with more innovative stuff. Kite Hill does have some really good stuff. Like they have a tortellini, which is really dank. I think they have some raviolis, some stuff like that. I'm gonna say Kite Hill, overall, really good brand. I really never really reach for it, so I can't say I love it, but I do like it when I try it. I'm gonna give it a B. Last one on the list, Sammy's new favorite product of all time, Daring Chicken. These are, I don't even know what else they have. I think they just have like 3 different types of chicken. One is breaded, one is like spicy chicken or something, and one's main chicken. Their main chicken, so good. The texture on it is really fire. It flakes apart really nicely, so the texture of the mouth feels really good. It's a soy chicken. I personally really like mushroom based or pea protein based. Not that I have anything against soy. You guys know that I'm the soy king. Ate a pound every single day for a month. Did my blood test. Actually gained testosterone. Suck it, meat eaters. But yeah, daring chicken, I just think it tastes really good, good mouthfeel, good texture. Just don't really love the ingredients. For that reason, daring chicken, I'm going to put you in the A tier. All right, let's go. It's a pretty good list. Up in the S tier, we have Impossible, Just Egg, Violife, and Tofurky. Pretty damn good. Over in the lower tiers, we got Simply Eggless. Bah! The worst product I've ever had in my life. Lightlife, which I think is kind of mean, but hey. And then, you know, D, we got Follow Your Heart, Morning Star, and Sweet Earth. I think it's a pretty good tier list. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think we did pretty good here. So there we have it, S to F tier list. Do you agree with me, or am I completely bonkers? I know the video got a little dark when I filmed that. It was getting sunsetty, so I hope you don't mind that too much. But as always, I appreciate you coming in, watching these videos, showing support. If you are looking for the best supplements in the world, check out Violife. They have protein, they have vitamins, omega-3s, literally anything and everything you need. As always, you can use my code Brian10. It helps support us, especially on this trip throughout the country as we drive literally everywhere. I actually filmed this video live, so if you would like to see more live streams on the channel, let me know. I think I'm going to start doing them weekly pretty soon here. As always, give a thumbs up to the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you in the very next video. Peace.